All right, I am so excited for this session. I am Dawn Loding and I am here with Robbie Johnson. Robbie Johnson is the team lead for TLG, which is the team I'm now a part of. And I'm going to tell this little story really quick, Robbie, because I want people to understand like why I wanted to do this call with you. So we were at PowerCon in New York City and we were watching Tom Ferry. And I said, I think I'm going to hire him as a coach because you just get so in the moment and you're so excited and you're loving the show, right? And he was really good. Like he had a lot of great concepts and great things to share. And I'm very big on coaches and getting help. So because we need somebody to look at our plans from the outside and help us find the holes, like dig through, tell me what I need to do differently that I'm not seeing. And right now, I have kind of been preoccupied with my agent attraction efforts at Epique Realty and all of the leadership roles that I have. But something I realized earlier this year was that I wanted to get the Power Award and I needed to do additional lead generation in order to do that for my team. However, I also am very big on leverage. I have a mantra that is systemize, automate, and delegate. That's why I have 5 VAs. So anytime I'm implementing something, I ask myself if that is possible. Can I create a system for it? Can I automate it? And can I delegate it to a VA? Because you could just get so much more done if you live by that. And I do. So anyway, Robbie's like, Dawn, you're on my team. I coach you for free. And I thought, you know what? What a great idea. You're absolutely right. So here we are. We're not even back for a week, and we are on our very first coaching session. And I'm so excited because Robbie does coaching. She is a power coach for Epique Realty. She has power awards, like look at all the things on her screen. She's just the woman of the year in my eyes. And I'm so grateful to be a part of her and her team and doing this. So today, Robbie is going to coach me through a new lead generation funnel that I'm building. And I'm going to share that with all of you who are watching, who get to see this. So, Robbie, what do we do first?
Well, first, thank you. Thank you for those kind words. And I think that I could probably give an introduction very equal to that for you. But I appreciate all the kindness that you just said.
Absolutely.
You know, when we left PowerCon, I sent you a text. I was like, she's not getting away with this. I sent you a text and said, we're going to schedule the coaching call.
Yep.
Uh, so that, brought us to this moment, and which I'm so glad that we're doing this. But I want to, as we get into this, I mean, you and I could sit here and talk all day long because that's
Right.
what
We do.
we do that. We could certainly
We
do
do.
that.
Yes.
Um, I want to get into it. And I want to first say that for all of you out there, if you see me looking down, I'm going to be taking notes. I'm very into my coaching calls, and I try to take notes with each one of my calls so that I can refer back to those notes or maybe jot down something that they're saying that I can refer back to in the conversation. So I don't want anyone to think that as I'm looking down as she's speaking, or I'm not preoccupied with something else. And I
Okay.
hope you're okay with that, Dawn.
I am, and I do the same thing. I've already started on our notes. So, no, I appreciate that so much because, notes are important. If you don't take note of the things you want to do in your life and track and measure, like you will just forget about it. It will be left behind like all the social media posts are.
No, you're exactly right.
Yeah.
And one of the things I would just want to share is I am really big into big notepads. I know people have all these small notepads everywhere. And of course, I have my planner and all of those things, but this is the size. It's like a big post-it note. So it's the size of me. I keep this on my desk. I'm constantly jotting down notes on it. And there's another one like this, and I teach this in another class That's a big post-it note, and it's actually a post-it note where you can tear it off, post it on the wall.
Oh, I
I use
love
that
those.
sometimes whenever I'm doing my goal setting and different things like that, so that I can write down things. I kind of have them all around me instead of little bitty ones. I keep the bigger ones where I can make
I
lots of notes on them.
I
So
love that. And it's so funny because I used to, and I still actually have one right here. And it's just one of these that, look, I'm at the very end of it, but just one of these note takers, but I filled the whole thing. And
um,
so I got to get a new one out because this is my day-to-day note taker for while I'm on calls. But I have to say, I love my Remarkable tablet. Remarkable tablets for tracking everything are amazing. And I've had this one, my son gave it to me about probably 5 years ago, and I just love it. So I'm with you on the notes.
Jeff about the remarkable tablet because I did ask for that for my birthday.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna
So
text
that
him.
may be a conversation that you could have with
Yeah,
Jeff.
you'll love it so much.
Okay, I want to
Okay.
get started in this.
Okay.
And I've heard you talk about this. You brought it up to me before. I don't really know a whole lot about what you're doing with
Yeah, I
all.
know that's the exciting part.
I
Or
want
scary.
I want you to first tell me what a funnel is.
Okay.
'Cause
Okay.
we've been using different terms, and I need to understand what do you consider a funnel?
Okay. Okay, so I am a mentor. I mentor, I recruit, and I help the agents that join me at Epique or on TLG. But I'm not a coach. I've not taken any coaching training. I just share my journey. That's how I'm a mentor. Like, this is what I've done. More of a guide. Like I help guide agents to what they need and help them with the right tools and all the right things and just give them ideas. So, one of the things that I teach are funnels. And what I consider a funnel is a lead generation system. I'm a systems girl, systemize everything, systemize, automate, delegate. Like I have it ingrained in my head. So, to my system for every single lead generation funnel that I have for my real estate business, I build from the top all the way down. And I have a saying that is if you are a real estate agent and you do not have enough closings, you do not have enough funnels. And you probably don't have your funnel set up right. So a funnel is starts at the top with an offer that you put out into the world. So just say it's a landing page or a marketing piece and you're going to do a webinar or you're going to do something. You're trying to get them on a call. You want to send them emails, something to your website, whatever. It's whatever marketing piece could be a newsletter, anything. There's hundreds of them, but what it's the top of the funnel offer that gets people into your world, basically your website. And then that is where you build the relationship. Though that's where you send the newsletters, you send the emails, you build the campaigns, you make the calls, you send the texts. All of the lead generation ideas and things that you want to build are inside the funnel. And then by the time this client is ready to buy or sell a property, guess what? They know you, love you, trust you. You've proven your worth to them, your value. And they know that you know what you're talking about because hopefully you got some videos in there too. And I'm working on my YouTube channel for this particular funnel. I'm rebuilding my entire YouTube channel for this funnel. Um,
What you're
so
saying, funnel is the system.
yes,
So you've
it's
got
a
the top of
system.
the funnel of what it is.
Absolutely.
All it funnels down to them.
Yes.
And the funneling down to them is at the bottom of the funnel is that they're going to know you, like you, trust you, and do business with you.
Yes. And you know,
That's a key thing, Dawn. That's whether an agent
yeah.
is joining Epique or joining our team or a seller or a buyer. It's the outcome would be the same. Am I hearing that right?
Exactly. Yes. So, like, my first and foremost funnel that I have built out over my 24 years is my VIP database, I call it. Those people, that funnel involves magazines that they get, send out cards that they get offers to do home valuations. They get a certain, like you call them equity letters, but I do my stuff through Cloud CMA. Like I just have all all these different things. And so that's kept me busy for the last 3 years, just my VIP funnel. But I need to quadruple my business over the next year to reach that Power Award status. And so I know if I need more deals, I got to have more funnels. So my goal over the rest of this year is to implement this first funnel, which is my seller choice system. And so that's the one I really want you to coach me through over the next month or two because I have all these ideas I want to implement because my VIP is automated. I don't have to do hardly anything for that now because that funnel's running when those people I have a listing right now that's from my VIP. I just closed one last week, or last month. It's the one that has produced my business for the last 3 years. And that's sufficient for everything I do. But I just really want that
So
power award.
VIP, I want to just roll back to that real
Okay.
quick.
Okay.
Um, the VIP, I would probably equate that to what I call an engagement program. And there are going to be people or an engagement system. There are going to be people on here who are watching us who could be from other companies. One in particular has a touch program that
Hmm.
they teach a 33-point touch
Yep.
program in their company. I would think that VIP would be something similar to that. It's
Yeah.
what you're doing for your CRM, for
Have mets.
how your half mets.
Your have mets. And then my bigger circle, the next funnel is have not mets. How do I get in front of
Your half
more people? But yeah, when they're done and they sign an agreement and we close, they go on to my VIP. So my ultimate goal is to build the VIP database to where someday I can sell it if I want to.
Well, and some people call it too raving fans. I've heard
Yeah,
that, or
the things.
the random
Yeah.
club, that type of thing. Okay, I want to back up.
Okay.
As we sit here and you mentioned about mentoring people,
Hmm.
and I just, I want to give some credibility to where that comes from, because
Okay.
for you with mentoring people, mentoring is wisdom, mentoring is experience. So I'm not sitting here coaching an agent who just got into the businesses and trying to get all of these systems. I want people to know out there, and you touched on it, you said 24 years before I could ask you the question. But you have been in this business for 24 years. You've been to multiple companies, such as I have. We've learned from some of the biggest and the best. We've been coached by some of the biggest and the best in this industry. So the person who I am sitting here doing a coaching session with is not your brand new agent.
Right.
So I want people to understand that out there, that you yourself are a powerhouse and you have proven systems already in place, and a huge data bank of business that now, and one of the reasons that we're sitting here, just to let it be known, is that one of the things that was said at PowerCon, which is very true, is it used to be that 8 to 10% of our CRM was selling every single year. And now we're down to 4%. You and I have talked about this.
Yes.
Know that a lot of it is because they're locked into these low interest rates from
Yep.
COVID. We get it. And so if only 4% of your CRM is buying or selling, or sell, well, either one, buying or selling, if only 4% is doing this, you better hope you're the chosen agent in that 4%.
Right.
Okay, if we lost one whenever it was 10%, but you lose one in 4%, that could be a make or break for some agents. So
Absolutely.
that's why these systems are so important in what you're talking about, is capitalizing on that 4% that's going to be possibly selling in the year.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to move into your CRM, your funnel that you're creating for these sellers. About how many do you have in that, and who is in this funnel? Is it just past sellers? Is it anybody who may have a home to sell? Kind of explain who it is who you reach out to with this.
Okay. So I have a database that I have brought with me for years, right? I've built it. It's 5,000 people. There's 5,000 people in my Lofty account, which Lofty is the CRM that we get at Epic. So I love Lofty. Lofty's a powerhouse all by itself. However, I feel like it does a lot more unless you customize it for sellers. I feel like it's more of a buyer's site because you can connect the alerts and everything. So I have campaigns all set up in there for buyers and for sellers. But one of the things that I do is I added Fellow on. So I love Fellow. Fellows, I don't know what they do on the other end of it, but I have so much engagement through Fellow. So basically, I have 500 leads in Fellow that get moved over. And then I have a virtual assistant who it works inside of Lofty, works inside of Fellow every day and sends me a list of people who have raised their hand, people that she sent a certain email to. So we can see. And then me and my team, Jeff Masters, we reach out to them, either him or me, mostly him, calls, leaves a voice message. I love voice text voicing, like sending a short 15-second, hey, this is Dawn with TLG, blah, blah, blah. But you know, there's just that's the system. So my system is then I can open Fellow and I can see exactly who's in there and doing what. But the next step that I want to work on is now I wrote this whole system called Seller Smart System. Well, me and Chat GPT, I'm not gonna lie, but I program my chat and chat and not Grok, Claude. I use Claude a lot too. And so, but I'm the brains behind it, not the chat. It's my system, and I put in there what I want to do. So at Epic, we have click offers. We have access to cash buyers, to several different loan programs that people can refinance or get out of. So there's 7 different systems inside of this. So I call my system the Seller Smart Choice or the Seller Choice System. And I want to do a webinar now weekly. I want to implement a webinar where I have the slides and everything to go over in one place once a week. All of the stuff. I want to use it for YouTube and I want to educate people, sellers, on their choices. So that's that funnel.
So in the coaching world of this,
Mm-hmm.
you said, I want to.
Uh-huh.
Is it on your calendar for it to be done?
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
You don't
And
know how many people tell
oh
me
no,
no. I
no,
want to do it. If you're not going to do it, if here is my saying, Dawn already knows this, but I'm sharing it with the world. If it isn't on your calendar, it does not exist.
no.
It will not happen.
I
Okay,
am
good.
such a planner. I plan and I implement, and I know that it has to be done. We have to make those connections and build those relationships, or we're not going to be able to recruit agents or have clients. Like I have 2 different businesses going on here. And so if it doesn't get wrote down on something, it ain't going to happen, but wrote down and planned. And so, no, I plan out. Let me just tell you really quick, Robbie, so that you know, I plan quarterly. So I'll tell you really quick what I've done the first half of this year. I have created my own podcast called Agents of Abundance. I have created a weekly newsletter that is called Agents of Abundance, and it's a abundance letter that I send out weekly to all my agents or all my contacts. On this is on the attraction side. I have created a whole system inside of Go High Level. Like I'm an implementer. So if I make it a plan, I write it out, I time block little actions, but I time block over the quarter. So I spent the first half of the year creating the systems. The second half of the year is all about the content. I am a content creator. And so that's what gave me the idea to do the webinar because I'm like, I do not have time to explain all of this to every one of these sellers. And I don't have time for 10 Zooms a week. I just don't. So I thought, well, I do webinars all the time for my agents. Like, I'll just do a webinar and educate my sellers.
One of the
Boom.
things you said that I heard and I want to make sure of
Yeah.
is, and so here's a coaching part of it. When you use AI in order to write things, because I know that you're putting the prompts in.
Hmm.
I mean, I will sit and write, something this long, put it in and say, organize this for me.
Yes.
Remove my own thoughts, just organize it. Are you ensuring before anything is sent to the sellers that you are reading it and it is still you?
Oh my gosh, 100%. Yes. And I have programmed my chat. That's why I love chat for my conversations and for creating. But I will then say, okay, I'm going to make this into a playbook or something. And then I'll go plug that into Claude because I think Claude does better job on marketing pieces and stuff like that. But chat's getting better too. But no, it has to be in my words. I never publish anything without actually reading it.
Good,
And
good.
reading it, but not only reading it, editing it. First of all, I am the one that got like, I don't say, hey, write this email for me. I say, here's an email I want to send, and I write it all out. And then I say, help me fix it. And
Exactly.
then, yeah, and she knows my voice. I named her Clara because she helps me bring clarity to everything I'm doing. And she just helps give my vision life. And I
I
love,
agree. But the
yeah,
point is that we have to go in and edit and take the extra time
absolutely.
to edit and keep it us.
Yes.
And the more that we do that, the more it helps become us as
Yeah.
well
Yeah.
in writing things. Um, so, okay, and going back to the system, because that's what we're talking about, and that's what
Yes.
we're going to do. Today's an introduction of
Yeah.
what we're going to be talking about and hoping that people learn about what your systems are whenever they're coming on. But in our next calls, kind of give me an idea about what you're wanting those calls to kind of look like and how you're wanting to be coached on.
Okay.
Implementation, you know, kind of so it directs me in being able to help you as well with where you are in that funnel for your seller success system or the
Seller choice.
seller choice system. I apologize.
Yes.
I don't know why I keep calling it seller success.
I trust me, I've called it seller smart system over
Oh,
and over.
that's what it was. It was seller
I
smart. I
used to
remember
have a
that now.
seller smart system and I keep referring back to that, but no, I wanted it to have the word choice in it because I have these different choices to go over with homeowners so that they can know all of their options. And so I basically have wrote out like what I need to do to implement it, where I'm at with it. And I'm learning as I go because, yeah, I have the idea. Yes, I could start creating the videos, but where am I housing these people for this webinar? And so, one of the things that I was referred to from another agent that I interviewed on my podcast, he uses this webinar program. And so I scheduled a call with them and I was planning on using them. But then I had this call and they were so expensive. I'm like, I already have a Go High Level account. I could create the landing pages and everything in there. So this week I'm talking to my VA to see which one can help me create this particular funnel inside of my Go High Level account because it has the best follow-up and everything for the landing page and for the webinar. It's just I love Go High Level. Well, I love hate Go High Level. Go High Level is a CRM on steroids compared to any other CRM that anyone has ever used. And um, it's a beast, but it does everything, including texting, including emailing, all of that. And so I feel like I love Lofty. There's certain CRMs for certain things. I don't feel like it's one size fits all at all because they do different things, each one of them. And I like to get very specific with what I'm doing. And I also have to separate things because my brain doesn't work well if I have all of the same thing in one system. I need a system for everything. So anyway, over the next week, I'm going to just, by the time I have a call with you next week, I would love to have it all laid out. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm having my VA do. But at this point, I know I want to create that in Go High Level. I know that I want to schedule the webinar. I would love for my first webinar to start the first week in August. So I also would love for you to help me be accountable. Or you know what? Let's talk for a moment about accountability because you can't be accountable for me. Let's be honest. The only person that could be accountable for me is me. But what I love about coaching is that you ask me these questions. You slow me down. I need slowed down a lot because I am a fast talker. My brain goes faster than my mouth, believe it or not. But I got to get these things out. And I get so excited and I'm so passionate about helping people that, I need those eyes on the back of my head. And that's what I need you for, Robbie. Like, I think that that's what our team really does. We all inspire each other, we encourage each other, we come to the table with the heart of a servant. And that's one of the things I love about our brokerage as well. So I don't need you to be accountable for me, but I need you to follow up with me. And I will do better knowing, wait, I have a call with Robbie on Monday. Like I got to make sure that I get these things done.
Well,
So
I
that makes
think,
sense.
I mean, just let me talk about this for a second
Okay.
because people out there listening to you and I, this is a coaching moment for them as well. And I don't ever want you to, and I'm not saying you would, I'm just saying everybody has a different coaching style. And I don't want you to ever say, I'm going to cancel this call coming up this week because I didn't get all of this done. That's where coaching
Yeah.
is, in my opinion, so important for people. And I hope everybody out there is really listening to this so that you don't do it, whether I'm your coach, Dawn's your mentor, whatever it is, don't miss that call because that's the opportunity for that coach to find out why.
Why?
Why didn't you do it? Okay, do we have a scheduling problem? Do we have a home problem? I mean, Dawn, there are so many people I coach that, chaos in the home,
Environment.
exactly. And I call it the home. I mean, your
Yeah.
surroundings. Chaos in your surroundings creates chaos
Yes.
in your business and your life. And so, let your coach help get to, and I will have people who will say, I'm sorry, I'm not making excuses. I know it's not an excuse, it's a reason. And so when people say to me, don't make excuses, about sends me into orbit. I'm
Yeah.
not giving you an excuse. I'm giving you a reason why it wasn't done.
Yeah.
Not an excuse. It's facts.
Yeah. And
So
non-judgmental. Like you're
absolutely.
right.
It's okay, you didn't get this done. Why? Let's go look at why. And for some people, it is they spent 4 hours in brain rot, which we know what that is,
Yep.
scrolling TikTok or whatever it is. Okay, do we need to look at maybe some time management issues? A lot of people's problems are found in their calendars, to be quite
Yeah.
honest. But anyway, so in saying that, I love that you said, I've got to get on a call with Robbie, but I don't want you to ever say, I'm going to skip our call this week. I didn't get that done.
No.
I'm too busy. I still want you to get on the call because there's still things that we can talk about.
Absolutely. No, and I didn't feel that way at all. I don't, are you kidding? A call with you is like the best part of my day. I love having calls with you. And, we have some downtime together and it's always just amazing. I love that we're doing life together. But you can help me with this. So I'm going to take advantage of that. And that's what I want our team to do as well. I want them to take advantage of having leaders like this on TLG that are really understanding and want to help you build your life your way.
And it's about building their life. That's the interesting thing about our team is that we are not about a team goal. It's
Right.
really, we become a team because we're together, but it's about each individual and their goals on that team. And with that, with you, I want to ask you, you've talked about the webinar, going back now to your,
Okay, back to my coaching.
okay, you talked about the webinar. Are there other things that you're going to do to get this message out? Have you thought about other
Yes.
things and other avenues?
So I have a list here that I've created of my different assets that are for this program, for this funnel. I'll read those off. So my seller choice guide, a landing page, my weekly seller choice webinar, a follow-up sequence, social media, YouTube videos, and an appointment booking calendar. So on my Calendly, I have a link. So I pretty much have a lot of that done or at least started. My traffic sources, so these are my traffic sources are going to be social media. So I do TLG on a Facebook page and I have an Instagram page and we do TikTok. So I do all of those. Really am investing a lot into my YouTube channel. I'm just going to say I just hired someone to actually take over all my social media stuff. So I don't have to worry about all that. They're going to tell me what to do and I just create. Like I said, I want to be the creator for the rest of this year. You are going to see my face, my voice out there all over. So really my YouTube and then that email database is going to be the biggest thing. Of course, we count on referrals and paid ads. Like I'll probably do some paid ads as well. So really, but once I get these systems all set up, like all I got to do is show up and be on the webinar.
Well, you have to create the videos too.
Right, and do, yeah, but that's what I mean, create. Like, but then they can make an appointment and I will have the calls via Zoom, but then my team is going to handle a lot of the processing and the visit, the home visit and things like that. Sometimes I go on it with them, just depends on the property, but yeah, once I'm done, and I hope to do my first one in the first week of August. So I should have all this other stuff set up in the month of July.
I want to mention this to you.
Okay.
So I'm going to move into a trainer kind of aspect for a second. You've mentioned YouTube and you've mentioned, um, investing a lot into that. And I don't hear just financial, I hear time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's going to be a big investment for you.
Yeah.
What about TikTok? What are your
I
thoughts?
If my VA can put a TikTok together from a video that I do for YouTube, great. If not, it won't happen because I'm not going to sit here and do reels for all of that on those channels. However, I should have enough content just from the webinar to for them to go create the reels.
So are you creating the YouTubes?
Yes, I will do the YouTubes. I won't edit them. My VA will edit one, but I will do them. So I
I'll,
plan on them to be like 10 to 15-minute educational videos, not long, not an hour. The webinar's an hour.
I'll get into those in a minute.
Okay.
But on this one,
Okay.
I want to know is so with the YouTube, you're going to create the content for it and you have somebody editing it. Are they going to post it to the channel for you?
Yes.
Okay. Why not just create TikTok as well? And I'm sharing this with you because there's article after article that share that TikTok is a place where people go as well.
Mm-hmm.
Just YouTube. Now, do I feel that YouTube is where you need to be? 100%. I mean, YouTube is almost
Well,
like Google at times, but
yeah.
I also think that TikTok, you look at Hadley.
Yeah. No, I do
It's
TikTok.
hard,
My,
she's on TikTok. Look at
yeah,
Glenda Baker. I mean, there are people out there who have really made it from TikTok. So I want you to think about that as well. Not for you to do, but to take that same content and maybe
definitely. That will be done. My VA will do that. We'll do it on LinkedIn too. So my channels are Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, and LinkedIn.
should
But
all have at least three main ones. You know that. There's
yeah,
more, it's fine, but three main ones that always get hit. I'm hearing five, but Instagram and Facebook are one.
exactly.
Those talk to each other. So there's really four, is what I'm hearing, correct?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
But right now, so because I am I have an agent attraction business as well, and most of the content that I create right now is is me speaking, and I do like I have a whole setup here, and I'll speak into my phone to do a reel, and then I'll send that to my VA and he processes it. And so I don't do that for TLG stuff yet. I do just the long form video, and then he could go create whatever. And if maybe eventually after I kind of get this all automated and delegated, I'll probably do more TikToks. But my TikTok channel and my LinkedIn channel are mixed. So they have agent attraction stuff and they have my real estate business stuff. I only separated on Facebook, Instagram. Well, those are together really, but on those and on YouTube.
Okay,
So,
perfect. Okay. Well,
okay.
we think
So
for today, I think we can pick up on content's one thing I really want to talk about in another session. So I think that's going to be interesting as to how you put this out there and present it, because I think that you can take one thing and present it in so many different ways. So
absolutely. And that's my goal to take that 15-minute video and then break that down into reels for the week to put on all my social media. But this is brand new for me. This is me implementing a funnel from scratch. And I'm super excited to see what I can do with it over the next year. My anniversary date at Epique was July 3rd. So I just started my cap all over again. And because I'm on a team, I have an awesome, very low cap. So I'm excited about that. So that'll take me no time to reach. But to add this funnel in is going to be great. And then when I'm all done with this and it's automated and it's running and everything's going smoothly, I want to really focus on that luxury certification. Like we have that luxury certification and I'm already in the program. And as you are, like, I want to really learn more about that. But I know since I plan in quarters, I know that's not something that I'm going to focus on. I'll learn about it and I'll keep, giving it a little bit of my time, but I'm not going to work on that funnel until I get this one all done. That's one thing that I teach in my scattered to scheduled workshop that I do monthly is how do I do all these things? Agents ask all the time, Dawn, how do you do all the stuff that you do and still have a life? And I do. If I want to go to the lake or I want to go to the beach, guess what? I book a flight. But it's only because I've done the work and I'm very good at getting organized and scheduling things.
so what are you going to be committed to this next week to get done or get prepared for our next coaching call?
I am going to well, I mean, I think I the biggest thing is I need to get prepared to do my webinar. So before I can do the webinar, I have to have the back end set up. So I'm going to focus on the emails, the follow-up, the landing page, the branding. I got to get all of that uploaded into Go High Level for the webinar. So
So that's
that's
what
what
you're
I'm
going
going
to
to
work on.
commit to. Maybe 2 weeks, but I'll tell you where I am next week. But we've
Talk about
already,
where you are and what you've gotten done,
yeah,
and that will help people who are
yeah.
watching.
And then it'll be so fun to watch this unfold because I will, you guys can come to my webinar and watch it. I'm so excited.
And just to share with everybody watching, that would equate to what other coaches may say is homework. I am not a homework coach. I'm not a school teacher. I am kind of a life coach, if you want to call it, and a business coach. It's you have to be committed to something in life. And whatever that commitment is, and again, it goes back to if you're not fulfilling that commitment, why?
Yeah.
People will say, I'm not going to get on the call because I didn't do my homework. I don't really want to deal with this. I don't need to do this homework. A commitment is deep. And
Mm,
so, what are you committed to getting done in the next week, which will be this, and we'll talk about that next week. And if you don't, we're going to talk about the why. So,
I love it.
anyway, I
I
just want to explain why I call it a commitment. And
I
it's
love
not
it.
my commitment. Don't be scared to tell me you didn't do it. You're not committing anything to
I
me. You're
know
not
that's
committing
like the same with
anything to anybody.
accountability. Yeah, the same with accountability. Like you can't be accountable for me. I got to be accountable for me. But if I'm serious and I want to build this, I need other eyes on it. And I need to be able to be honest. And I know that I could be honest with you. It's very highly doubtful, but I may get on the call and be like, Robbie, I didn't do a thing with that. I didn't have time. But I'm committed to it because I know my outcome. I know what I'm so tied to my future and my goals for the next few years that I know this is the route to make those dreams come true. And so I have my vision board is got some really cool stuff on it. I want to see that stuff happen. And so I'm very committed. But Robbie, I have a question for you.
Oh, here we go.
Okay, so as we're building this team and doing this, what if I was a brand new agent to your team and I was an agent who had joined a team because they haven't really been successful on their own and they want to start coaching? What is like the first, what is some advice that you would give them? And I know we have group coaching, so I'm super excited about that. But tell me a little bit about what that would look like for anybody who's watching this and thinks like, man, I want to be a part of that.
So for a brand new agent, and a lot of times existing agents who are trying to maybe restart their business or
Right.
jumpstart their business, the very first thing that I'm going to do with them is give them, I've written a blueprint for success. It's called 75 Days, the blueprint for success. And so it takes them on that journey of their first 75 days, either of a recalibration or a start of a new career. So there's that. Then we're going to move in those 75 days, we're going to move into the engagement program, which you call VIP. I call engagement. And that is, how do you engage with people to become the one, exactly what we talked about earlier, they trust, they know, they like, they do business with. And it's through engaging them and engaging content and all the different things that are engaging to make them respond. And so I coach people on how to have an engagement program. A lot of that has to do, and people are like, I don't want to work open houses and do all of that. But I want to tell you a fact about being brand new. And even people who have moved to new markets. I am the worst person for someone to say, I've moved to a new market and I don't know anybody. I've moved to a new market 4 times.
I know.
Okay. And so I'm probably the worst person to say I can't do this because can't makes your mind stop working. You can, and you can do it through an engagement program.
A better
And
question is how.
well, and that's where I take them through that journey
I love
of
it.
how do they find the people. And that was one of the reasons I asked you how many people are in that data bank. And I call it a data bank because it's your base of business and it's where you make your money. So you can call it a database. I call it your bank of business. And you've got to look at those people as your bank of business, the people who could do business with you. Um, and you want to be the best in making that choice. So, and it was one of the reasons that I talked about how long you've been in this business and how successful that you've been in this business. And let me tell you, some of the most successful people, myself, are still coached.
Yes,
We still have that
absolutely.
of not knowing everything. Robbie Johnson does not know everything, but I have the wisdom behind me and the experience behind me and the sales. I mean, we are part, for those of you listening out there, Dawn and I are part of a team that produces over $100 million a year. Well over 400 properties are sold per year. We are boots on the ground. So we're not just saying, oh, 10 years ago I made sales. We're in the trenches still making that. We know what buyers and sellers are saying today. We know what works and what doesn't work. We're still in the trenches. We're still doing all of these things and seeing if
Yeah.
these programs work and these systems work. So we're not teaching things that are 10 years old. We're sharing things that are actually happening today. And we're making those changes
Yeah.
of things that are happening today. So much changes in this industry.
Yeah.
But anyway, so for a brand new agent, I had an agent yesterday contact me, and she said, I interviewed with you a month or two ago. Do you remember me? I think it was 2 months ago. Do you remember me? Of course, I remembered her. And she said, I went to another brokerage. I didn't choose you because they promised me more
Mm,
education. And I thought, well, I didn't do my job very well because Epique is like that new agent epicenter, if you want to call it, for new agents. And she said, but what I've learned from talking to other people is I should have been with you. And so she's
say
coming
that
now.
again.
She's
You cut
coming to
out for
Epique.
a minute.
And
You said,
she she said that when she talked to other people, they said you should have gone to Epique. You should have been
oh,
coached under Robbie.
gotcha.
And
Yeah.
so now she's coming over.
Yay.
Sometimes those experiences, Dawn, when they go to another
Mm-hmm.
brokerage first, then they come to us. It's like, oh wow, sometimes coming to us first, they don't always see what else is out there, and they see that we're
Right.
the best at what we do. But anyway, to answer your question with a new agent, that is where I would
I
start.
love it. I love, love, love it. And we do group things all the time. So I love it. Awesome. Robbie, I think that about covers everything for today. I'm so excited and grateful to have your eyes on my work and just help guide me through and see the holes. So as I create this stuff, we're going to share it with everybody because I think that is very important as leaders that we do have that heart of a servant and that we do provide that and people see it. And that is one of the things I'm the most proud about to be with you. So I love
Until
it. Thank you so much.
bye. See you next week.
All right. Bye bye.